We are all travelers. Our vessel is the planet Earth, hurtling through the vast, dark emptiness of space, and our journey is measured by a force we can feel but never touch. Time. It is the silent rhythm of the cosmos. The universe ticks along to a steady, indifferent beat, marking the birth of stars and the death of galaxies with equal calm. We experience this grand cosmic clock in our own small ways every day. The sun rises, painting the sky with the colors of a new beginning, and it sets, drawing a curtain of stars across the night. These are the ancient metronomes that have governed life for billions of years, the first timekeepers for our distant ancestors. We see time's handiwork all around us. It is etched into the wrinkles on a beloved face, telling a story of laughter and worry, of decades lived and lessons learned. It is in the slow, patient crawl of a vine up an old brick wall, a testament to persistence. We measure it with our own inventions, from the precise quartz crystals in our watches to the digital calendars on our screens. These tools give us a sense of control, a way to organize our lives into neat little boxes of hours, minutes, and seconds. But this organized time, the one we schedule and plan, is just a human construct. It's a convenient map we've drawn over a territory that is far more mysterious and wild than we often dare to imagine. The fundamental question, however, remains stubbornly unanswered. What is time? Is it a river flowing in one direction, carrying us from the fixed past into an unknown future? Or is it more like a vast open landscape, where past, present, and future exist all at once, and our consciousness is merely a spotlight moving across it? We have given it names and units of measurement. We have built our societies around its relentless march. We say we spend time, waste time, or save time, as if it were a currency. This language reveals our deep personal relationship with this invisible force, a force that shapes our very existence from the moment we are born until our final breath. Our personal experience of time is a fragile and subjective thing. It stretches and it shrinks. An hour spent waiting for important news can feel like an eternity, a slow, agonizing crawl where every tick of the clock echoes in the silence. Yet an hour spent with good friends, lost in conversation and laughter, can vanish in what feels like a moment. It's the same 60 minutes on the clock, but the experience is profoundly different. This tells us something crucial. Our perception of time is not just about the physics of the universe. It is deeply intertwined with the inner workings of our own minds, with our emotions, our attention, and our memories. Our brain is the ultimate time machine. It doesn't transport us through the cosmos, but it does shape every moment we perceive. Think of your mind as a filmmaker. It doesn't record reality like a security camera, capturing every dull, repetitive detail. Instead, it selectively captures moments that are new, exciting, or emotionally charged. When you experience something for the first time, your first day at school, a trip to a new country, your brain is in high alert mode. It records a rich tapestry of sensory details, the sights, the sounds, the smells. These novel experiences create dense, detailed memories that make that period of your life feel long and significant when you look back on it. This process is why childhood summers seem to last forever. Each day was an adventure filled with new discoveries. Learning to ride a bike, exploring a nearby forest, or meeting a new friend were all novel events that required your brain's full attention. The memories created were rich and thick. Your mental timeline for that period is packed with unique data points. In contrast, as we settle into a routine in adulthood, our days can start to blend together. The daily commute, the familiar tasks at work, the evening ritual, these events are no longer new. Our brain, being efficient, doesn't need to record them with the same level of detail. It has seen this movie before. Memory is the raw material from which we build our sense of time's passage. A week on a thrilling vacation, filled with new foods, sights, and activities, creates more distinct memories than a month of repetitive work. When you look back, that vacation week can feel longer and more substantial in your memory than the entire month that preceded it. Your brain isn't measuring clock time. It's measuring the amount of new information it had to process and store. Our perception of duration is not a direct reading of an objective reality, but a reconstruction based on the density of the memories we have formed during that interval. This is the strange paradox of the mind's clock. When we are engaged and learning, time seems to fly by in the moment because we are not focused on its passage. We are lost in the experience itself. But when we look back, those same periods feel long and rich because they are filled with so many vivid memories. Conversely, a boring afternoon spent waiting feels agonizingly slow in the moment, as we are hyper-aware of every passing second. Yet, when we look back, that entire afternoon might collapse into a single featureless memory, that boring Tuesday, feeling as though it hardly happened at all. Our brain is constantly playing these tricks on us, shaping our personal history. For centuries, we thought of time as absolute. A second on Earth was a second on Mars, and a second near a distant star. It was the universe's master clock, ticking at the same rate for everyone, everywhere. But then, a young patent clerk in Switzerland named Albert Einstein imagined something different. He imagined what the world would look like if you could ride on a beam of light. This thought experiment led to a revolution in our understanding of reality. Einstein showed us that space and time are not separate things. They are woven together into a single four-dimensional fabric, space-time. And this fabric is not flat and rigid. It can be warped and stretched by gravity and motion. This insight gave rise to one of the most mind-bending ideas in all of science: time dilation. Einstein's theory of special relativity tells us that the faster you move through space, the slower you move through time relative to a stationary observer. It's not a feeling or a psychological trick, it's a physical reality. Imagine a pair of twins. One stays on Earth, while the other boards a spaceship and travels close to the speed of light to a nearby star and back. When the traveling twin returns, she will have aged less than her sibling who remained on Earth. For her, perhaps only a few years have passed, while for her twin on Earth, decades may have gone by. This isn't science fiction, it's a measurable phenomenon. The atomic clocks on GPS satellites, which orbit the Earth at high speeds, actually tick slightly slower than clocks on the ground. If engineers didn't account for this relativistic effect, GPS systems would become inaccurate by several miles every single day. Astronauts on the International Space Station are also moving much faster than we are on the surface. As a result, they are aging ever so slightly slower. The effect is minuscule, a tiny fraction of a second over their entire mission, but it is real. They have traveled a tiny bit into our future. Einstein's theory of general relativity added another layer to this cosmic dance. It revealed that gravity also warps space-time. A strong gravitational field, like the one near a massive object like a planet or a black hole, can slow down the flow of time. A clock at sea level, closer to the center of Earth's gravity, will tick infinitesimally slower than a clock on top of a mountain. This means that your head is aging just a tiny bit faster than your feet. Time, it turns out, is not a universal constant. It is personal. Your time depends on where you are and how fast you are moving through the cosmos. Why does a year feel like an eternity to a child, but a fleeting moment to an adult? We've explored how memory and novelty play a role, but there's another compelling explanation: the ratio of time. For a 5-year-old, 1 year is a massive portion of their entire existence. It is fully 20% of everything they have ever known. The experiences, the learning, the growth packed into that single year are monumental compared to the short life that came before it. Every holiday, every birthday, every season feels like a significant landmark event because the interval between them represents a large fraction of their total memory. Now, consider a 50-year-old. For them, 1 year is just 2% of their life. It is a much smaller slice of a much larger pie. The brain has already experienced 50 Christmases, 50 summers, 50 birthdays. The patterns are familiar, the routines established. The relative significance of a single year diminishes against the vast backdrop of accumulated decades. The feeling that time is accelerating is not necessarily about the clock on the wall, but about our own changing perspective as our personal timeline grows longer. Each new year becomes a smaller and smaller fraction of our total lived experience, and so it feels like it passes more quickly. Our perception of the future also changes as we age. For a child, the future is a vast, seemingly infinite expanse of possibilities. The end of a school year or the distant arrival of summer vacation can feel like they are an eternity away. For an older adult, the horizon feels closer. The awareness of a finite lifespan can subtly alter the perception of time's flow, making each passing year feel more precious and, paradoxically, faster. We become more conscious of the end of the roll, so to speak, and this awareness can create a psychological pressure that makes the years seem to compress and slip away more rapidly than before. Ultimately, our experience of time is a hybrid creation, born from the interplay between the unyielding laws of physics and the intricate personal wiring of our brains. Einstein's space-time provides the cosmic stage, a flexible fabric where time can be stretched and slowed, but it is our mind, our attention, our emotions, and our memories that acts as the director of our own personal movie. By understanding these two sides of the story, we can begin to appreciate the true nature of our journey. we can learn to fill our lives with novelty and presence, consciously creating the rich memories that make our time feel full and well spent, stretching our perception of the precious moments we are given.